Hello and welcome back to Buzby Gaming. I'm Tony, and today, with my fucked up wind tunnel hair, we're gonna play Die Hard Trilogy, at least the first part, the Nakatomi Plaza part. I have a special place in my heart for this game because it was one of my first PlayStation games that I played through. A certain thing you may not know about me is I hold video game endings to a higher achievement in my personal opinion than, achievements and trophies and things like that. I have never taken the cheap way out where I play through a game that I can't beat and I go look on YouTube to see the ending. I've never done that in my life. Best example I can give you guys is Batman on the NES. Now, I played that game since I was probably 6 years old, and I hadn't beaten it ever in my life. I always get to the Joker at the end, and I get my ass kicked. It wasn't until about 2 months before I started this channel, actually, that I beat that game for the first time ever in my life. The real feeling of achievement I felt when I beat that, it's just like undescribable. And when I saw the ending where Batman just straight up murders the Joker, like in the movie it's kind of like ambiguous where he's like, well, he's trying to stop him from escaping, or he's just hooks on his foot and the other part hooks around the statue and technically gravity kills him. Not in the NES game. He straight up grabs his ass and just throws him the fuck off a roof. So that ending to me was worth it. I spent a good chunk of my life playing most of that game, 99% of that game, but I never actually seen the ending. And this game is, I love this game. The gameplay is great in this Die Hard Trilogy, especially for a PlayStation 1 title. It still is fun to play today, but it is actually probably in my top 5 shitty endings to a video game. And if you're like me and you've never beaten this game and you feel kind of cheaped out because I'm going to tell you guys about the ending, spoiler alert, but you played through this game, I could beat it probably in about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and all you get for your trouble, for killing probably hundreds of terrorists and saving dozens of hostages, disarming countless bombs, you get an ending screen. It's kind of a video, but a very minimalist. It just shows John McClane walking toward the camera. It just shows John McClane. What the fuck? It just shows John McClane walking toward the camera, limping, and it says "Well done" in red letters. That's all you get. I mean, it's pretty bad when an NES title from late 80s, early 90s actually has a better ending than a 3D modern at the time game does. It was like really upsetting to me because I actually took a very long time to beat Die Hard. Like I will probably never beat this game again in my life. I just don't think it's worth it for the ending that you get. And like I said, I hold endings above actual achievements and trophies that we get nowadays. So, without further ado, let's play the game. Alright, so here we go. Alright, here we go. First level. It's like kind of like Golden Island. 007 Golden Island and 64, like how the guys had dramatic deaths. These guys like scream and yell. Wasted a shitload of ammo just on that one dude. This is one thing I do like, the explosions in here. Ooh.
Don't let him get away. Don't let him get away.
took all the dudes like screaming and yelling, sound like John McClane. I don't know if it's the same voice actor doing all the bad guys too. Maybe it is. Why is there no music playing? Maybe my shit's messed up.
Help me! Get the hell out of here! Ah! Great! Get the hell out of here!
I think I might add some background music in because this is kind of weird, just the gameplay.
Get the hell out of here! Get him! Ah!
I just remember this game really feeling really arcade-like. I mean, I guess that's kind of the point.
Give up, you're surrounded. Get him!
But, I mean, especially the second part, where you open up in the airport, you're playing like, you know, shooting gallery kind of view. That really reminds me of the arcade. And in a good way. I actually had a,
That's better.
like a Mad Catz controller, that you could use to, you know, actually make it like you're shooting, and that was really fun to play it with that. Unfortunately, you can't do that now with modern TVs, which really sucks for some reason. I mean, it's just, it doesn't flash or register right, so I know there is like really expensive alternatives to play guns on like older consoles with newer TVs, but they're really expensive. Like, I think the one that has like a recoil with it, it's like almost $200, and the one that's recoilless is about $100. So I mean, it's up there pretty high. But I mean, if you really want to play that way, it's, you know, it's a fair price, especially for technology, to play with your older games that, you know, don't necessarily work the same anymore. Oh shit. Can't go down that way. Innocent people will die. That's the one thing that kind of frustrated me about this, and what was probably my ultimate frustration with this portion is like, you can't really aim very well, and you got to use your mini map like a lot. Almost all of this generation's 3D games have like either a fog or a blackout, and this game's really no exception to that. It blacks out after a certain distance. Silent Hill was really clever with the way they did that. I think that's going to be one of the next games I play, where they kind of implemented that into the gameplay, and they made it like fog and ash falling from the sky, so they kind of, you know, put in the limitations of the console into the game itself, and I thought that was really cool and clever the way they did that.
Ho, ho, ho! I've got a machine gun!
Ooh, ooh, ooh. You know, there's like some kind of argument,
Best Christmas bonus I ever got.
and I never really understood it, why people think that, no, fuck, I killed a hostage.
Trails.
Some people think that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. I am on the side that thinks Die Hard is a Christmas movie. It takes place during Christmas. There's a lot of Christmas themes throughout. It's an action movie first, in my opinion, but it is a Christmas movie. I mean, there's, I guess that argument can be made for a lot of movies, like Black Christmas is one of them. Is it a horror movie or is it a Christmas movie? Oh, it's both. You know, it's a Christmas horror movie or a horror Christmas movie. But that's what Die Hard is. It's an action Christmas movie. If you don't agree with me, then fight me, bitches. I'm just kidding. No, but I mean, some people like really are into it though. Like, to me, like, I'm not gonna sit there and argue with somebody for an hour over whether or not Die Hard is a Christmas movie. It's just, in my opinion, it is. I mean, if you feel strongly about it and you want to debate it, you better like make up your point in about 15 minutes, because that's all you're gonna have from me. Otherwise, I'm like, okay, yeah, you win, and I'm just gonna move on with my day. It's not, you know, something I really. I'm up for debating. You know, it's kind of. And I mean, I guess for that point, you know, do some people believe that, oh shit, we might not make it. Oh no. Cutting it close.
Yippee-ki-yay!
Oh, it gives me like a panic attack. Even from when I was a kid, man, I remember like my brother, Jason, who's a brother I don't really talk about very much, but he and I bonded over this game. And it would get to the point where I would kill the guys, and he would be the one that would run to the bombs and reach it before the timer went out, because he was just better at that. He knew how to like extend the map, and even to this day, I'm not really sure how you do it. I think it's select, okay. But I was a kid back then, you know, and that was his little thing. He's like, I can extend the map out, I can get there quicker, and that was kind of how we played together. As you know, I would do a portion and he would do the other portion.
Great! Yeah! Eat this!
Yeah. Eat it.
Great!
Sorry if you hear the squeaking in the background. My fiance's walking around again. And it's not really nothing on her. I was making a joke last time I did a video, and I was saying like, this is why there's so many cuts in my video. The squeaking is part of it, but it's like the house is old as shit that we lived in. We live in right now. I think it was built in the 40s, and it used to be like military housing for barracks and things like that. So I mean, it's been around. It's been, you know, a well-used house. So I mean, it's really well taken care of. It's in great shape for how old it is, but it's got a lot of creaky floorboards and things like that.
Happy trails.
I'm pretty sure this place is haunted, but you know, that's just me, maybe. Oh, you can't shoot dude through the window? That's cheap. Get back here. I owe you. Sometimes why?
Happy trails. Happy trails.
Oh, I think this is gonna be the level. This is gonna be the level that gets me.
Get him!
That's kind of the part of it too, that why I was having such troubles when I was a kid, is that like the walls disappear when you turn corners and things.
Trails.
So like I'd get you know, panicked, and
Happy trails.
I would end up I'd end up getting like stuck in a corner or something. Boss is nice and bullet spongy. I don't know if you guys have ever played Crow City of Angels. If you have, I'm sorry. I'm in no way recommending it. But the voiceover work in that, and it's a later, I think it's actually later than this title. But all the bad guys in there, like how the guys in here die, they're like, "Hi." But in that Crow City of Angels, all the bad guys taunt you the same way, and that is, "Hey, clown face. Hey, clown face." And it's like, I can get used to the shitty controls. I can play the game, but I only last like so long just because like it's all you hear is like punching and "Hey, clown face," and it's like, man, it just gets really old. Let's throw it over here.
Kill him.
Yeah.
I see him. Take him. I see him.
I think it almost would have been cool, even though I don't. Well, no, I guess it wouldn't have been cool. Game takes place in Los Angeles. I was gonna say, like, if you're out here on the roof, since it was Christmas, it would have been cool if it was like snowing or something. But game takes place in LA, and unless you're playing GTA 5, it doesn't really snow in LA. At least not that I know. I've never even been that far west, so can't say for sure. But it seems like it'd be a little bit too warm there. Is that everybody? One dude here in the corner. Oh man. Oh shit.
Take him. Kill him.
Oh shit.
Take him.
Run away, run away.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Yeah, this game, I don't know. It like, yeah, it really aggravated me. Because I got to the end and all it is well done. This is probably the last level I do.
Get him. Kill him.
You know, they made
Right here.
a first-person remake or fan-made game. It was actually going to be made in the Half-Life 2 engine, I believe, and it's called I want to say it's like Die Hard Nakatomi Plaza, and they do a great job. They actually make it's a first-person shooter, and it's kind of a retelling of the first movie in first-person view. Excuse me. It's in first-person view.
Bye-bye, bad guy.
And what the hell was I saying? Sorry, it's hard to talk and play at the same time. Well, it's a remake of the first movie, obviously, but yeah, these guys were making a mod, and Fox, that game company, not they're basically the same damn thing, but I think it's Fox Interactive or whatever it is that made this game, got wind of it, and they said basically no way, and they shut them down. And these guys just went off and made their own studio just to make this passion project. And I believe it's free. I'm not entirely sure. I think it came out in 2002, and it's kind of a bit of a pain to get it to run on modern hardware, but it's totally possible.
Wanna stay alive?
I've seen a recent video of it, and I mean, it's,
Wanna stay alive? Stay with me.
you know, well enough that it could have been an actual, you know, release on consoles and PC back then. You know, actually, you know, made these guys some money. Would have been really cool for all the hard work they put in. But yeah, I think it was just a passion project, and they just got notoriety out of it. I think some of them went on to help develop Die Hard Vendetta. I believe that was on the GameCube, but I'm unsure.
Stay alive, stay with me.
Like I said, you want to stay alive, stay with me, and the dude got gunned down. It's like, I don't know who they got to be the voice actor of John McClane in here. It's not Bruce Willis, but dude sounds pretty damn close. I mean, it could be Bruce Willis, but I mean, it doesn't. The pitch is off a little bit. I think they do the same thing even in that Nakatomi Plaza game I was just talking about. I think some of the lines are Bruce Willis, like, you know, little snippets from the movie, but it's an actor doing an impression of him. I want to say that the only person that may have came back is the actor who played Al Powell in 1 and 2 the movies. He also played Carl Winslow in Family Matters, and for the life of me, it's like I cannot remember his name right now, and that makes me really sad because he was one of my favorite actors. He was like one of my favorite TV dads. You know, him and Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince were two of my favorite TV dads. I think like my third would probably have to be Tim Taylor from Home Improvement would probably be my third. You know, they're just like fun TV dads. They're like, you know, they're lighthearted and they'll teach you a lesson here and there, but it's like, you know, when the shit hits the fan, you know, they'll have your back. You know, it's like you know, those were the top 3 TV dads I liked the most, probably out of all of them. Growing up.
Stay with me.
I guess I'm saying that now because Father's Day is right around the corner, and we're gonna do a special video for that actually when it comes around. You know, just because it's the last level, I'm gonna let the timer go out. I know. Your anxiety, letters and numbers are getting bigger. We're all gonna die in 1 second. Anyway, that's where I'm gonna stop today for this video. Yeah, this game was a big part of my childhood. Like I said, it was one of my first PS1 games I ever played, and having that completion anxiety, I guess is what you would call it, where I just cannot bring myself to go watch the ending elsewhere. I have to be able to play the game, beat the game myself to view the ending. And sometimes it means that I get to see the ending for 30 some odd years, or almost 30 years, as is the case with that Batman game on NES. But yeah, I actually I'm going to be doing quite a few PS1 games here over the course of the remaining course of the month, because I'm giving away a PS1 console. And yeah, there's a video I got for that. I posted a couple weeks back. Like I said, I was wanting to do this last week, but I had a power outage and I wasn't really sure to the reason why. I mean, I have a lot of low-hanging trees around here, and you know, there's the civil unrest that's happening and things like that. I'm not blaming it on that. I'm just kind of spitballing. There was never really a reason given. I just, you know, didn't have power for a little bit, and when I actually got it back on, it was too late to do a video. But yeah, I mean, if you guys are willing to be patient with me, I'm always willing to come through on something, I promise you. So I'm sorry it's a week late, but I will always do the best I can to deliver content that I promise. But I'm also always up to have content suggested to me. You know, if you guys have a game that you want to see me play, you guys have something you want me to check out, doesn't have to be on the same topic as the giveaway I'm doing. Like I said, I'm doing the giveaway of PS1. I did the giveaway for the N64. I played a lot of N64 games. I'm going to do the same thing with this until the end of the month. I'm going to be playing a lot of PS1 games, but it doesn't have to be that way for the whole month. If there's something you guys want to see me play or something you think I should check out, let me know down in the comments below. And as always, if you like the content, feel free to click that subscribe button, the notification bell. You'll get updated anytime I upload any new content at all. And as for that giveaway, that'll be right over here in the corner. And as always, thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate you, and we will see you in the next one.